there, and welcome back to Weird Soda for Life. Today I guess we're gonna try soda. Oh, were you expecting something more? Oh, wait a minute, I know what you're looking for. The punchline. Ah, you get it. Anyway, welcome back. Today we are trying Fanta's Chucky's Punch, and stop me if you've heard this one. This is a limited edition. Um, This is actually super cool. Unlike last week's Coca Cola product, where Lime stepped off the stage for like 6 or 7 years, huge campaign, brought it on back. This came out of almost nowhere. So let's talk a little bit about this. So first things first, if you heard me, I said Chucky's Punch. Um, you can see the red-headed doll on here. I'll bring it up to the camera later so you guys can look at the logo. But as you can see, Chucky is a horror film classic. Lots of variants. I think he's got a girlfriend. In fact, I know he has a girlfriend and it was blonde. That was weird. Um, but long story short, Fanta is once again getting into the Halloween game. Last year, we got to experience that with their green apple Beetlejuice flavor. So that was actually year one. So year two, they have now circled around and they've done a collaboration with Universal Pictures and Blumhouse to release five different I was going to say Halloween themed sodas. Except four of them are actually ones that we've seen before. But the turnaround between announcement to out has been super quick. August, like late August of 2025, they announced that they are creating the new Chucky's flavor. And by early September, it's out. So like they managed to keep this under wraps like a spooky Halloween treat. Woo! Or something like that. I don't know. But just like last year with the Beetlejuice flavors, a lot of the flavors already existed, and they only created one new one. That new one is Chucky's Punch. Um, just in case you were wondering who else is on the other bottles and cans, so for example, you have Megan from that Megan series, the robot doll. That's grape. That's only actually available in Coca-Cola Freestyle machines and Universal theme parks. So like that's going to be your hardest stretch to get, I think. You have the grabber from Black Phone 2. I looked this up. I This man looks just unfortunate. I don't maybe because I've never seen the movie, but he looks like an off-brand Satan that's pink, and that's because his flavor is strawberry. Because I guess when you think grabbing, you think strawberries. I don't get it. You also have Freddy Fazbear from the Five Nights at Freddy's series, and he's got orange. Now, this completely makes sense to me, and I actually have seen this. But Freddy Fazbear, of course, kind of has orange. I was going to say orange flavored fur, which sounds disgusting. But I was going to say orange colored fur. And so that makes sense that they associate it with the orange. And then you have Michael Myers, from Halloween, and he's pineapple. And that's a US exclusive. So for none of you who watch me from overseas, if you're looking for Mike Myers, you're looking for Mike Myers. He's in Canada, but if you're looking for Michael Myers, he's only going to be in the U.S. in the pineapple flavor. I don't get that. And then we have Chucky, and this again is a new supposedly fruit punch flavor. So let's take a look at the bottle. Um, You can see how desperately red this is. Like, look at him! He's happy to be here! He's happy to make you think of murder while you drink soda. I know I do. That feels bad. I should probably not say that out loud. But no, in all seriousness, though, you can kind of see there's actually other things that are happening with the code. So, like, for example, you can see the QR code over here. It says scan your Fanta before they do. Who is scanning the Fanta? Is it like a random consumer? Is it Chucky? Does Chucky have a phone? I mean, he's not. He's got a little weird little hand. Like, I thought there'd be a knife there. You know what? I bet you they left the knife out because they couldn't put a knife on the bottle. Release the knife cut, you cowards! Um, but yeah, but for example, you can see like the scan your Fanta before they do. But the cool thing is it's got exclusive content on here. It's got a mobile game. I think it's called the Haunted Fanta Factory, which again, considering the history of Fanta, which you can see on this channel, there's a lot of ghosts in that factory. I don't know if I would go in there after dark. And then there's also like a sweepstake for prizes. So like trips, merchandise, things like that. Now, if I was really enamored with any of the people and any of the horror films that they had on there, I might consider it. But like if you feel good enough to scan my Fanta before I do, well, go for it, I guess. But if you want a trip, like let me know. But with that, let's see what we've gotten ourselves into. This is very red. La blood. It smells of murder. No, it actually smells of fruit punch. I don't know what you expected. And with that, bottoms up. I'm trying to think of what that actually tasted like. So, yes, technically speaking, that is a fruit punch. But there was something about it that isn't. I guess first, this is good. But second, you know how a fruit punch, and maybe I'm equating it to Hawaiian punch, right? But you have the fruit punch, it's an amalgamation of non distinct fruity things, and it comes out red, and you're just like, yep, this tastes like the color red. That's not quite what I'm getting here. If I had to place a couple notes on the flavors, it's very heavily cherry. And like a sweet cherry, like more of a black cherry and not like a maraschino or anything else. So you kind of get the sweet black cherry flavor, and you kind of get almost a sweet raspberry flavor with it too. And again, raspberries can go sweet or sour. Now, often we see with raspberry sodas and things of the like, when they're pink or red, they're sweet, and when they're blue or an unnatural color that brings me delight, they're tart. So, but weirdly, this is it's like sweet and sour. Um, so again, yeah, very heavily cherry, very heavily like black cherry, very I would say heavily maybe black raspberry too. But there's a tartness underneath there at the end that like negates it from being full overbearingly sweet. Um, I don't. The more I sit on it, the more I don't know what I think about it. I think it's genuinely like baseline good, but it's a really hard flavor to kind of try to pinpoint like distinctness. It feels weird to say because I've called this out about sodas a lot before. I think I would have preferred the mishmash of flavors with a fruit punch. It's just it's like a ghostly a ghostly non-distinct berry with some heavy cherry and raspberry notes, and then somebody was like, "Oh, too sweet." A dash of citric acid to make a little tart at the end. I guess I'm making it sound like I don't like this, but the thing is, I do. It's just middling, I guess, is maybe the best way to put it. Middling and indistinct because it is so wildly varianted in what you would expect a fruit punch to taste like. Um, as I often recommend, if you can get it, I always recommend if you can try a new flavor, do so. I think it brings a little variety to your life. Um, but if you gave this a pass, I wouldn't necessarily blame you either. It feels very damning with faint praise because again, it's not bad. It's just odd. People died for this, or at least fake dolls died for this. But and I feel bad that I'm wasting their sacrifice by telling you, meh. But I feel like, look, I mean, he's kind of shrugging. I don't know. Um, I think don't go out of, I think that's what I'm going to land on. Don't go out of your way to go get this, but if you see it and you got a couple dollars, pick it up. But I don't know if I would necessarily have this again. Um, with that, next week uh should be a 2-for-1 special of sorts. It's too early for Christmas, and yet the soda people are out here in full force trying to make you have Christmas. I'm not quite ready for that yet, if only because I haven't had my annual Mountain Dew Halloween candy bottle of sorts. But both Sprite and Starry have released their winter cranberry esque flavor soda thing. And so I think we're going to try both. I'm going to see if Mr. Weird is interested, but if nothing else, you and I on the channel will try both the Starry and the Sprite, and we'll see which one comes out the victor. I wish I had a clever name for it, but Cranberrygeddon. Kind of like the soda. Until next time, drink weird. Um, and I don't know. I guess if you're gonna murder your taste buds, go get the Freddy Fazbear. Like, orange is consistent. You know what you're getting with that. See you next time.